God calling me. Every day of my life, God's calling me. Don't you know He's calling? Calling me from life. Oh, calling me. My God calling me. Every day of my life, God's calling me. Don't you know He's calling? Calling me tonight. He called me, little shepherd boy. He made David, made him a king. Don't you know He's calling? Calling me for life. I heard a voice say, I heard a voice, I saw a voice, I heard a voice say, I saw a voice. My feet got the light, my feet got the light, church. My feet got the light, church. My feet got the light. Put a ring in my feet. He put clapping in my hand. My soul got happy, church. And to feel alright. I went running to Jesus. I fell on my bended knee. 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 So got happy. And to feel alright. Don't you know He's calling? Calling me to life. Oh, hallelujah. St. Matthew, from the 14th chapter, we find these words. And Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them. And He healed their sick. And when it was evening, His disciples came to Him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals. But Jesus said unto them, They need not depart. Give ye them to eat. And they say unto Him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, Bring them hither to me. And He commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass. And He took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up toward heaven, He blessed and brake and gave the disciples the loaf to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat, and were all filled. And they took up of the fragments that remained 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women, and children. May the Lord add a blessing to the reader, hearers, and obeyers of this holy, holy word. You may be seated. Ushers, you may be excused. I want to use for a thought today, use what you have and be thankful. Come on, just tell yourself that I'm going to use what I have and I'm going to be thankful. Amen. And I think that the Lord is trying to convey now with all that's going on around this entire world is that too many folks didn't appreciate it. Has anyone in the building today ever just struggled hard to try to do something for somebody and you just try to figure out what they might want or what they might need, and you go and buy it for them, maybe they'll spend your last, and then you present it to them and they act like they don't even appreciate it. Anybody ever did that? But God is trying to teach us that if we can't show appreciation for what he is doing for us in our lives, God says, I know how to pull something back. None of us are doing the things that we were doing 2 years ago pretty much the same way. We're not visiting our families the same way. And if we do, we don't live the same way. Because when we have these large gatherings now, somebody end up getting COVID-19. What's the middle one? Delta. What's the last one? Omicron. And these things are real. And God is saying that if we can't appreciate all that he is doing for us, he's going to start shutting the world down in his own way to make people go back down on their knees. We are better off now in the United States as black people or white people and any color people make more money than we have ever made before. But out of all the midst of the blessings that he has given us, there is so much turmoil and hell coming out there too. Ain't nobody seem to be getting no peace. Got a whole lot of folks want to work for a living, but now you got a whole lot of them want to steal for a living. You go out and work hard, and then somebody come along and take what you got. They done got bad and bold now. They want to steal your car. They walk up to you while you sitting in it and say, get out. God forbid, but they ain't got to tell me but one time. I said, you can have what's in it too. But my point is that we need to realize that God does everything for a reason. Today we have our text today, Matthew the 14th chapter, where it said Jesus went forward and he saw this whole great multitude of people. And by him seeing all of these people, Jesus had compassion. Everybody say compassion. All of these people, there were all kinds of people in this great multitude. Sinners, liars, praisers, worshipers, healed, sick, all kinds of people. But Jesus just didn't pick and choose. He helped whosoever will that was in that multitude. We live in a society now where you got to have certain qualifications before certain organizations help you. I was a part of an organization one time where we were getting scholarships, and one of the ladies got pregnant, and we ended up not giving her a scholarship because she got pregnant. That didn't sit well with me. I don't care whether you're pregnant with twins or triplets, or a single baby, or you ain't pregnant. When you need help, you need help. And Jesus was not biased in the text. Whenever someone needed help, actually, in other words, he said, whosoever will, let him come. If you got 10 children or 2 children, guess what? Come. And as Christians, we got to be more like Jesus. I know this world is changing. We're set up on a society where we do things socially structured, but when we're working for the Lord, sometimes socially structured is not the way to handle things. I can't help you because you got a record. I heard somebody talking about the records being getting them straight. I can't help you because you got a record. I can't help you because you did this or you did that. But when you get hungry, you hungry. I don't care whether you're in jail or out of jail. When you're hungry, you're hungry. And Jesus realized that these people had need. Now, this may not be too pretty, but we have somewhat of a conflict. The setting in this text today is that his disciples, rather than want to have compassion on the people like Jesus did, the disciples wanted to send the people away. You don't send nobody from your house if you got food in your house. You don't send them away hungry. If people are thirsty and you got water, you don't send them away. These disciples had been traveling along with Jesus, but yet they did not know how to define the word compassion. You got some folks, don't y'all get mad at me. But you got some people in the church, been in church all their life, and they still don't want to help certain folks. Who ain't been over to the dog track and lost their life bill once or twice? Who ain't been down to the casino and lost your house note your rent once or twice? Who ain't did something foolish once or twice? Everybody had. But we ought to learn from our mistakes. Jesus was telling his disciples that we got to have compassion on these people because they were hungry. Verse 14 teaches not only were they hungry physically, but they were all hungry spiritually. Now this was all day. I'm going to say this. Help me preach, Holy Ghost. I don't know what time it was when they got there. I don't know if it was 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But I do know they stayed there till evening came. And the text says by that time they were in hunger. Now, we complain today about church being out. But you wouldn't want to sit with Jesus then. Because Jesus will keep you more than an hour. Because there's a lot of work to be done. But yet he realized that he could not do it all in one day. It's another thing that we're going to have to learn how. We've got to learn how to use what we have and be thankful for it, because I heard somebody say this morning that somebody's at home and can't get out of bed. Somebody's having a desire to be at church but can't be at church. But if God has blessed us with the activity of our limbs that we can walk, and to clothe us in our right mind and we can drive to church, we ought to be at church as much as we can. Jesus helped us physically. And now Jesus is trying to help us spiritually. He helped us physically die first. offering us food to eat. Now he helps us by trying to get us to see a spiritual analogy of how much we are giving back to the Lord. I came by to encourage you today for just a little while, to tell you to use what you have and be thankful. Because it's the Lord that gives us all that we have. And now he said that my people are hungry and I need to feed them. Well, Cain, how you going to feed them when you have only 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread? Well, you got to realize that they were looking with the natural eye. And I came to tell you that when you're trying to work for the Lord, you just can't look at things with the natural eye. You got to realize that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord. These disciples realized that Jesus was getting ready to work a route on wheels. They didn't exactly know what or how he was going to do it, but they believed that Jesus was going to, feed all of those people. Now the text says that there were 5,000 men there, but not including the women and the children. And Jesus he asked his disciples, what is that y'all can find me out in the crowd? And they said, Jesus, we found your 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Ain't the Lord all right? And Jesus told them, he said, now, I want you to take these people and line them up. Can I get a witness? Well, number one, if you want to be blessed by the Lord, you need to learn how to be obedient. I said that if it hadn't been black folk there, they ain't got but 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. How they gonna feed all of us? Somebody just shout obedience. Because obedience is better than sacrifice. And I want to encourage you today to learn how to obey the Lord. I heard Jesus now, as he began to tell the disciples, to line them up. And when you line them up, I want to encourage you to tell them that everything is going to be all right. I know sometimes, church, it seems like all hope is gone. I know sometimes it seems like that you can't see your way. But I want to encourage you to keep the word of God in your heart. Ain't the Lord all right? And if you keep the word of God in your heart, you will be able to hold on just a little while longer. Ain't the Lord all right? I heard, Isaiah say that they that wait upon the Lord, he shall renew their strength and mount upon wings of eagle. Ain't the Lord all right? Is there anybody here waiting on the Lord right now to do a work in your life? I came to tell you today that God, he's able to make a way out of no way. Is the Lord all right? He's able to turned midnight into day. Thank the Lord, all right. I'm so glad. I said I'm so glad. I'm so glad. The trouble don't last always. Oh, I know that the Lord will take care of his people. Thank the Lord, all right.